Hi guys, I'm currently on holiday in the Yorkshire Dales, so what I thought I would do is share with you my big art kit that I put together for this holiday. So this is my biggest ever travel art kit. You've probably seen a couple of others on my channel, but this is the biggest one I've ever put together. This here, if you're a member of my class inspiration station, you'd have probably seen it make an appearance in there. It's basically a 12 by 12 travel or crop thing, which you can get from any craft shop pretty much. As you can see, it's not full. I've got plenty in there, so I didn't see the need to fill every single pocket up, but I do have more than what I would usually say if I was making a smaller travel kit. I've got 4 ink pads here. I'd really only take the black with me, a few stamps, again more than what I would normally bring, and then in here I was quite glad I nearly didn't bring this, and I'm quite glad that I did. This here is out of one of my other travel kits, and I had more rope on here and I ended up binding a journal using the needle, which was very hard to push through the paper actually, but I'll show you what I made it out of. I just made it out of paper in the back. I just knocked together a really quick journal, and I wasn't intending to make a journal for this trip because it's not really a main holiday which I'll consider doing a travel journal for, but several people said to me, are you going to make a travel journal? I'd really like to see a travel journal, etc. and the idea just ended up sticking in my head. So yesterday I knocked up a really quick journal using the paper that I brought with me and the needle as a punch or an awl, and as I say, it was quite difficult. So what I ended up doing was using the technique that I did with the Dos journal tutorial that I did ages ago, but you only need 1 hole for that journal, so that's a really good one to do, just to knock up something really quick and easy, and not take too much effort with a tiny little needle. So that's in there, and then what's in here, if you are a member of my Ning site, journal workshops, you might have seen what these have come off of. This thing here I've been using to take art supplies to and from a place for a project, and here are some leftovers, say, from that project, so scraps. So I thought, considering I've got all of this space free, why not leave them in there and use them if I can as recycled elements. A couple of sponges, a credit card, and then in this section I have my glue pocket here, so I have a glue stick, I have double-sided tape, I have my Eileen's tacky glue, I have gel matte medium, and then I have a little glossy accents. Glue is very important to me. I want all of my glues with me, so I have miniatures that I decant. And then on here is the water-soluble palettes, which I have a tutorial on my main YouTube channel, and I brought these just so that I could stick them in my bag, in my purse, if I wanted to do a little bit of something when I go into a city, whatever. This is my little washi tape, travel washi tape holder. I have a tutorial for this on my site as well if you want to see, on my channel if you want to see how to make one of those. So it's got all my different washi tapes in it. And then a pocket of just embellishments, and they are a mixture of shop bought embellishments and my own collage sheet embellishments. So they're a complete random pile, a lot of journal spots in there, and they are all from my other travel kits. I tend to take, like here, there's some more washi here out of one of my other little travel kits, which again you can see that is where I do a travel kit and an art journal in one, and that is on my channel as well. So I just take them out and use them again, because what's the point of remaking whole sets up, and it makes you use what you have. It makes you it gives you a little bit of a challenge, I think, not to have all of your studio with you and use what you've already got out. Brushes, pens, and a couple of pencils. Pens are nearly all black because it's the #1 pen I use. I've got a couple of white ones, but nearly all black, and 2 coloured ones. A couple of pairs of scissors, eraser, and a sharpener. So not loads of pens, but nearly all black that I've got. And then I've got paper, so I've got some vintage ephemera at the back here and here, and then just 6x6 papers, mix of a few 6x6 papers under here, a few scraps, and then this is some art that a loyal Belliette sent me. I don't like saying fan or follower, I get a little bit when I say that, so one of my lovely Belliettes sent me them, so, and some doilies, so I want to use them while I'm here. And then in this pocket I've got some paper, just lots of regular paper, and then some stencils that again a lovely Belliette sent me, so I want to use them. And then in this section here is some wipes, very important, and one of my favourite glue, which is PVA adhesive. And then in here I've got a regular pad, some, in case I want to do some journaling, some thin sketch watercolour type paper, and then here is a pack of very thick watercolour paper. And then in this back section here, what I did was I took one of the big sheets that I cover my surfaces with to protect my surfaces, paint and things, and folded it up and stuck it in here. And it's not in here because it is actually set up now, because obviously I need to protect other surfaces as well as my own. So I brought that with me as well. And it was just this paper that I made the journal out of. So you might be asking, where is the paint, etc. Well, that is all in this little thing. Now this little thing is something that my dad gave me. He has a big workshop and he has lots of containers and random things, so I often get given stuff like this, which is awesome because it helps me to organise my supplies from his workshop to mine. So in here what I've done is put in my paper towels so that I don't need to bring a roll of paper towels, but also what it does is helps with all of this. This is all of my wet media. So if I was to put this in here like this and have this travelling, I would have spilt bottles, I would have some broken crayons and things like that. So I'm really quite happy with how, you know, putting the tissue paper in there and using it from there. So my Inktense blocks, one of my favourite supplies in there. Neocolour 2 water solubles. These are not the 10 colours that come in the pack. I've just made my own up. I've just gone with a few of my brights and some are metallic, my favourite colours, and then a couple of skin tone colours. A little watercolour set, and the watercolour set that we all have. And then 2 gesso. So I've got decanted my clear gesso, that's normally in my shed, and then a little pot, this is a little pill pot of white gesso, and that white gesso is actually, the bit down the bottom has been in this pill pot for years and it's still wet. So if you use these for, or actually, glucose test strips, whatever they're for, medical supplies, if they're tight, they work really well for your wet media. So all the rest of it, apart from these gelatos, which are just, I've just put a few in of my favourite colours. As you can see again, they're quite bright colours. And then the rest of it is all acrylic. I didn't go with, apart from the black and the white tube, they're all small little pots, and I didn't really pick them on any rhyme or reason. I just put in colours that I really like. So as you can tell, they're all quite bright colours because that is what I'm drawn to. I like really bright colours. So that is my supply kit, the biggest I've ever put together, because on this holiday it isn't a really go kind of holiday. It's a relaxed week away, so I can hopefully do quite a bit of art while I'm here. And also a quick flip of the journal that I've made since I've been here. So the two things I did with this journal to finish it off when I got back was first putting these paper beads on there. They're all paper and you can see how to make them all the different shapes on my paper bead tutorial on my channel. And the other one was photos. I had some photos printed to go in here. So, well actually this was the only one that went within the actual journal itself, because this one I did while away because that was the brochure picture, so I just used that on this bit of a mixed media background, because before then I was doing my kind of smash and sketch kind of travel journaling that I often do. If you want to see more of that, you can check out my Venice travel journal flip, because that style kind of went through the whole journal in that one. And so yeah, I kind of mapped out where I wanted my picture to go before I got it via this. You can see this little bit of red here. I knew I wanted the poppy picture because I really liked this picture on there, and then I did a marker with gesso, although you can't really see it now because the picture went over it, but basically I'd put this green down, then I did the gesso just to kind of mark my pointers as to where I wanted the picture, and then the others went in this pocket that I made for the back. So quite easy. Did I need all of that stuff that I took with me? No, I probably didn't need everything. It was fun to have everything, but a week isn't long enough to use all of that, to be honest. I didn't get as much arting done as what I would hoped. I only got this journal done really, and a few backgrounds and a bit of playful artwork, but nothing too serious. So yeah, I probably wouldn't take that much away unless I was going away for a lot longer than a week. But as I say, it's fun to have a change and have a lot of stuff with me. And but I'll probably go back to using a smaller travel kit next time. So I hope you enjoyed. Much love everybody. Bye.
Rapid eye movement.